And we are live. It is order. At this time, I'd like to welcome online viewers. Thank you. Agenda meeting number 1443 in front of you. Are there any additions to the agenda?
I have one, Mr. Mayor, under new business.
All right.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, so we'll leave that for new business. Anyone else?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I got a couple items there for rec, just updates from our last meeting that's not in the agenda.
Okay, so you'll add that to your report?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Did you want to wait till the report after, or?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
up to
okay,
you.
yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
perfect.
It's just a couple items, nothing. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Councillor Langen. Thank you, Councillor Jones.
Fred, did you say it's coming up from what, the last meeting?
Oh, sorry, this is for the new meeting, not the, you said addition to the,
Yes, additions
Yeah,
to
but like, you said it was just updates from the last.
yeah, sorry, we had
Why don't
two.
you just put it under,
Business
business
horizon.
horizon for the minutes?
There you go.
And just do it, because you got a couple updates there, just for a minute.
Yep, no problem.
All right.
For council awareness, perfect. All right, minutes. The minutes for meeting number 1442 are presented. Are there any errors or omissions? Hearing none, I'll call for a mover. Moved by Councillor Fitzgerald, seconded by Councillor Freak. Call for a question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Business arising from the minutes. There you go, Councillor Langdon. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you, Mayor. And I know last week we spoke about, the last meeting, we spoke about council requesting more information surrounding the parking lot in the back. We're still waiting. I think the public works superintendent was absent for a couple of weeks, is that correct, Glenn? So we're still waiting for an update on that. And the steel work has started on the annex there. That's a bit of an annex update. And just to update as well, the Recreation Department has been doing lots of work for upcoming spooky trail walks and whatnot. So you can follow that on our Facebook page. And also the Main Street Playground, there's some questions that was under construction there as well last week. So currently they're pouring concrete to make a wheelchair accessible pathway for the playground there. And that, I believe, was completed last week, right, Glenn? Yeah, excellent. So the upper portion of that is done there now, so that's allowing our playgrounds to become more accessible. So I know that question was brought up there last week.
Great stuff. Thank you for those updates. All right.
I got one as well. Just want to note that coming out of the economic development side of things, an update in terms of the RFP for the beach. We're hoping to have a draft done this week and something to present to council for the next meeting.
Good stuff. All right. Thank you for that.
Were we allowed to make a motion for what we had spoken about earlier tonight to vote on? That has to be brought up through committee for next meeting.
Through committee to
Okay.
back to, yes, thank you. All right. Hearing no more business arising from the minutes, we'll move on to new business. Councillor Jones, please.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion there. Be it resolved, the town of Deer Lake to accept cash shared funding as outlined in the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure Project Approval Letter dated October 21st, 2022 to complete 17-RNC-23-00012 Main Dam Road for $2,032,330. The town of Deer Lake agrees to provide $614,268 in funding for this project and authorize Mayor Michael Guzzi and Town Clerk Gloria Humphrey to enter a funding agreement with Department of Transportation and Infrastructure on behalf of the town of Deer Lake. This is for the main dam project.
All right. Thank you, Councillor Jones. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by Councillor Langdon. Call for the question.
I guess I said main dam project, should be main dam road, we're not doing nothing for just.
There you go.
Sure.
Oh, good
Yeah, just a
clarification.
comment there, Mayor. I want to thank the MHA as well for their continued support through these capital works projects.
All right. Thank you. Duly noted, Councillor Langdon. As always, greatly appreciated working with our counterparts. And what's that? And staff as well. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we have a mover. Need a seconder. Move. Oh, sorry. All right. Jones and Langdon. Call for a question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more new business? Hearing, actually, I just thought of one that I have written in my notes. Sorry, go ahead, Councillor Freak.
I just want to thank Jason and all the small businesses for taking part in small business last week. We had a breakfast at the Holiday Inn. We had a coffee break at Active Life, the I Love You studio, and we done a walk on Spillway Falls. It was great conversations. It was definitely, the small business community was energized again. There's lots of talking. Tourism, I think there's just the meeting of people is hungry again. So Jason wanted to continue that. We had the commitment from the small business community. You know, they want to have guest speakers, have quick luncheons, have quick breakfasts. So it's really exciting to get that on the go again, to start building that community.
All right, and I'd also like, you know, you're thanking staff and whatnot, but I'd also like to thank you folks for taking it on. I see that we had great attendance. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to them all. I got to go, I guess, to the healthy one with the walk, but I didn't get to go to the one with the sweets, which I would have liked to go to as well, but hats off to you all. New business, there's one other thing. I'm sure we all get the same phone calls, a lot of the same phone calls. Maybe I get a few more sometimes, but I got some really concerned residents of it's a continuous thing. It evolves as, you know, we do projects and make our roads better. We upgrade our roads to make them smoother to run, to ride on and whatnot. But I'm getting a lot of calls lately for speeding in not just school zones, but in town directly. So I have spoke with the RCMP. They are going to do some sort of a traffic calming, I guess, radar. I forget the actual terms. I'll leave that with those professionals, but the MEO is well aware of it, and there is current conversation within the House of Assembly to switch the legislation. Tickets for speeding are also going to be put up, which is a good move forward to try to deter people. I'd be the first one to say I'd be a hypocrite to state to say that I've never speeded in my life. You know, none of us are perfect, but we all must pay a key, especially, you know, in school zones and places where there's pedestrian traffic. So community can be aware of that. That will be happening. And we're also working on getting the MEO, which was also brought up in the House of Assembly, getting his enforcement regulations brought back so he can have more of a role in that. And please, 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 you know, even if you're a few minutes late, it's better to be late than to have something on your conscience for the rest of your life. It's something none of us want to have. So I'll just leave that at that for now, and I just wanted to bring that up publicly. Is there any other new business? Hearing none, we shall move on to correspondence. Item number 1 in front of you, you have Department of Transportation Infrastructure, circular for your information. Item number 2, Salvation Army, October 30th, caring through COVID. It's an invitation to full council, so if you could reply to the town clerk. I'm off on that day, so I will be in attendance, and if anyone else can be there, it would be greatly appreciated. Item number 3, Department of Transportation Infrastructure, lift station letter. We'll need a motion for that one, Lori?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the most experienced once again. It seems to get put on your plate. Mr. Jones, please, if you wouldn't mind. Accept.
For lift state upgrades?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I guess I'll make a motion to, for the reason 17-GI-23-0006, lift station upgrades. I'd like to make a motion to accept the funding.
All right, thank you, Councillor Jones. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by Councillor Freak. Call for the question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Jones.
Thank you.
Moving on to reports. Finance, Councillor Freak, please.
Finance met on October the 20th. Myself, Councillor Fitzgerald, and Councillor Jones, and Town Manager Maxine Hayden. Item number 1 for Marine for Middle Road. It's our final advance for $63,166.76. Recommended approval. Item number 2 was Middle Road fuel adjustment for $12,613.61. Recommended approval. Item number 3, quotes for repairs to the roof. Only one company had quoted this, Public Works. depot with HST included was $27,025. The storage shed with HST included was $15,295. And the wastewater treatment building, HST included, was $10,350 for a total of $52,670. We recommended approval for this. Item number 4 was Canal Road fuel adjustment for $14,983.11. Make a motion. Recommended approval and then make a motion to accept the report.
All right, thank you, Councillor Freak. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Jones. Call for a question.
I just want to raise a question about number 3. There was some discussion. I asked some questions prior to actually starting the meeting around conflict of interest. This is being awarded to Value Construction. My particular challenge is there's only one quote, although he is only my uncle, and I know that from a legislation standpoint, uncle is not one of the people that get included in terms of conflict of interest. However, there was some suggestion around the table that given only one quote, that it might still be better if I'm not involved in the conversation or questions around it. And if people don't mind, I guess I could step out, or I would be willing to. Don't think I should? That's what I mean. Like, technically I'm not. I know there was some, but it was raised before we started, right? And okay. I technically I'm not, and so.
Yeah. No, for clarification, Councillor Langdon, and to the clerk's point, you have to put yourself. Pardon? My mic's not on?
No.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Hancock, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, we sit here and you want to be as transparent as possible, and that is exactly the same as I did in the last meeting. There was a bidder that happened to be a relative. It was an uncle of mine as well, so I respect where you're coming from, and it's great. We've campaigned before, and the biggest thing is transparency, obviously, and I appreciate that, but you're more than welcome to vote on this, and as Lori said, sorry I'm off on names tonight, you should vote due to the legislation, so.
Yeah, 100%. Okay.
All right, but thank you for bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have a mover, seconder, we call for question. Any more questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. All right, Councillor Freak, accounts payable, please.
Accounts payable, items number 1 through 31, with the, I think Councillor Jones is staying in the room,
Tonight.
but we're going to exclude item number 3 for B&S Trucking. For the total amount of $65,456.11. Make a motion to accept accounts payable excluding number 3.
All right, thank you, Councillor Freak. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Jones. Call for a question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. All right, on to the next one, please.
Item number 3 for B&S Trucking for $701.50 for weighing of salt dumpster on Commercial Street, and make a motion to pay the invoice.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Langdon. Call for a question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. I'll grab Councillor. All right, Councillor Freak, please.
Yep, we're all done.
Okay. There wasn't one for you.
Environment agent.
Gotcha. No, I was talking about the account, sorry.
I know.
No, perfect. All righty. Let's see. We shall move on to Environment and Housing. Councillor Jones, please.
Okay, Environment Agent Committees are presented in front of you for Thursday, October 20th. The first 4 items is under general repairs. All the permits have been issued. Next 3 is accessory buildings. Permits been issued. The other two is new dwellings, 181 to 187 Nicholsville Road for new dwelling permit been issued. 15 Murdoch Drive, new dwelling permit's been issued. For land development, 24 Amanda Avenue, 30 to 40 loads filled, this permit has been issued. Just let you know that our new dwellings to date is 23. I move that we accept the Environment and Housing Committee minutes from Thursday, October 20th.
All right, thank you, Councillor Jones. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by.
Brett, are you asking if you go to step in?
Yeah, sorry.
So how we were doing the minutes up now for environment and housing, is this just a report, these permits are issued, is not, no one's.
Okay, so
These.
the,
There's
where,
nothing there that you're recommending approval for?
so because the permit's already issued, I
This
not
issue
did.
is done, it's
Okay.
gone, right? So that's why we decided to do that, and stop stepping out so much. So you're not in conflict for this one. If it was underneath and they had to recommend approval, then you would be in conflict.
Excellent, okay, thanks.
I just recommend approval of minutes is all.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect. I just wanted to be sure, yeah.
No, you're good. Your
All
shingles done?
All done, thanks for the help, Kerry.
Good, no problem. Anytime.
Thanks for the clarification, Lori. All right, mover, seconder,
What did you say?
that's what we're calling for. Seconded by Deputy Mayor Young. Call for a question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Jones.
Thank you.
On to the Health and Wellness Committee. Deputy Mayor Young, please.
Health and Wellness met on October 18th. In attendance were myself, Mayor Mike Guzny, Gordon Hancock, and Town Clerk Lori. So items 1 through 6 there. Actually, I'm going to start with item number 4. We sat and discussed selecting community kind of liaisons from the community, those that kind of showed interest in our town hall and through different emails and conversations, those that have already have roles in terms of health and wellness promotion in the community. And we wanted to select kind of a wide array of disciplines that would help kind of better reflect the mandate of the committee. So we did that, and we'll be sending out a letter to these individuals when I draft it, and we'll get that going. So the other items are really just FYIs. We were looking at getting, identifying 4 or 5 key issues that we're hoping to kind of move through before the end of the year. So item number 1 was a health professional appreciation event. We believe that the best recruitment and retention are happy people that work within the community. So we're going to try to kind of create that community here in Deer Lake. So we're going to host an event, and Lori's going to look into planning that. Number 2, traditional skills demonstrations. We're actually hoping to have a series of workshops of teaching and reteaching traditional skills. We're really interested in a bunch of these. The first one that we focused on will be for bottling and canning. Number 3, we're hoping to put a promotion for pedestrian safety. Sorry, I keep losing. So again, just to echo Mayor Mike's concerns and the calls that he's been receiving in terms of speeding and pedestrian safety around the community, so we're hoping to promote that. Number 5, stadium nutrition. Just hoping to kind of revisit that whole idea of better food selection, better food choices available to individuals at the stadium. So we're going to bring that back to rec and try to get that moving again. And finally, number 6, we are hoping to move ahead with a winter photo contest. I think there was great reception for the one we did for Come Home Year. There's a lot of great images, just created a lot of happy and nice kind of comments throughout the community. So we're hoping to get one going through the winter as well. So I move that we accept the report of Health and Wellness, October 18th, 2022.
All right, thank you, Deputy Mayor Young. Moved by Deputy Mayor Young, seconded by Councillor, Councillor Jones. Call for a question. Councillor Langman.
Yes, thanks, Mayor. Just item number 5 there, that like a recommendation that will be made to the rec committee to proceed to try to work on a food vendor service in the stadium, or
Yeah, just the same conversation that we've been having back and forth. Really, we just want to keep it at the forefront.
Gotcha. No,
work
for
with
sure.
Recreation.
And in terms of like the guidelines of bond nutrition policy and whatnot, do we suspect that you'd like to see it in the tender process, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think if that's something we could include in that. I know through REC it's been something that's been on the radar there for some time as well, so we just really kind of want to support and promote that. We're hoping to have some sort of dietetics, nutrition support even through our community liaisons, so hoping to be able to avail of some of their knowledge as well to kind of use in that proposal.
Gotcha, for sure. And just item number 2 as well. I think sometimes we just mention rec, but arts, culture, and recreation is what recall. We'd certainly like to be involved in item number 2 as well, and provide some of the staff and something and whatnot. Just making sure me and Glenn are still employed. Just
Yeah, there'll definitely be a little bit of overlap, but I think I really think that we all want the same thing, so hopefully we'll be able to work together to achieve those.
Yeah, that one touches
And
on.
we're pulling out of our budget, so.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I was just gonna say we won't hit the rec budget too much for that one, but that one definitely crosses a lot of areas, including like food sustainability, nutrition, all the pieces sort of, and so there it's multifaceted, that one for sure, especially if you look at the particular workshops themselves. Yeah, they run deep, sort of, but.
That's great.
I just want to speak to number 2 with the traditional skills. I had seen the Anglican Church was doing a really good job with community nights. They were doing a couple of different topics with presenters, just for the public to know as well. They had physical activity, funeral planning, wills and estates, home heating rebates, mental health awareness, and palliative and spiritual care. So just really good to see other parts of the community offering these things to our residents. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
So it was really good to see that.
I should note as well, like for that number 2, we've been speaking to members of the Heritage Committee in Pasadena as well, and we're trying our best not to overlap anything that's already occurring, and working with Carol Spicer and the group to just make sure we're not duplicating. We'll likely be reaching out to the Western Environmental Coalition, and there was one more I was going to mention. Oh, and we've been speaking to Pastor Jeff Petton as well with Anglican Church around a space, and he's offered that space up to us as well. So we're really trying to not duplicate and including as many people as possible.
Or in us supporting their events. Right?
I would appreciate that.
One of the things that came up in one of your meetings when we talk about safety for walkers and nighttime walkers, I'd love to see what Deputy Mayor talked about, like the walking groups for people who are either new to the community. I think that would be a really good initiative too, to kind of get people out moving now once the darker season is upon us. Yeah. So no, I'd love this committee.
Definitely. More questions? I guess just for clarification, if you would have noticed, Councillor Langland, that Councillor Freak has spoken on behalf of the Chair for Finance. So there is a structural change, and I wouldn't call it a cabinet shuffle, but we've spoke about it. But it will be formally soon. And just an FYI, you are part of the new committee with the health and wellness, or you will be, because we kind of integrated when we went out to get seniors health and wellness, which mean you were part of the seniors and youth. The uptake wasn't really there, so this is kind of I guess added together committee that will work closely in conjunction with all community partners, and the benefit here is that yourself, the rec committee is this actual same committee. It's the way the structure will work out, so that'll be a great addition. Just
Yeah,
keep
for
you
sure.
guys-
Appreciate that, Mayor.
All right.
And
Sorry.
Mayor, like when we just finished Small Business Week, like the small business community wants to host events like this. They want you in their facility. They want us to come together as a community and join their banquet room, join the church room, join, you know, the community space. Like they're really hungry for it. So don't lose sight in these committees that, you know, when you go budget planning, I mean, it could be a shared cost, a shared, you know, energy, all those sorts of things. Like people are ready to help us
Definitely.
with this stuff.
You know, and they're all great points. I mean, you said on the session, I was there with health and wellness, and it just brings the community-minded people together, and it expands from there. So this is all great stuff. Obviously, you know, we all have daytime jobs, which I don't know. I don't think I'm speaking for myself. I'd love to do this full-time, even though it is full-time. You know, there's only so many hours in a day, but I appreciate everybody's input and dedication to moving our community forward together. Is there any more questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Young. Last but not least, I guess, Councillor Lang, I should have brought this up in new business, or I should have spoke to you about the chair, but did you just want to do the shout out? I seen you did a Facebook post, but it's quite the feat. Anyone who's ever played soccer in this province or anywhere knows it's not a sport that's easy. It appears to be easy. I've had the pleasure to play it a few times, but if you just want to give that little shout out that I was supposed to.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I meant to bring that up too, and I forgot, completely forgot. But yes, congratulations to the Elwood High Regional High boys on winning the 3A provincial title. I think it's the first one in the history of the school there. So certainly a large accomplishment, and we're very proud of you all.
Definitely, definitely. All right, with that, I guess this last meeting was one of the longest that we've had. This is probably going to be one of the shorter, which is okay as well. So I will call for an adjournment at 7:57. Need a mover. Moved by Councillor Freak. Meeting has been adjourned at 7.